to Let's Fix It with Shanada. To your financial matters. Invite your friends and family to join us. And if you're watching this live, like, tag, share. Sharing is caring. I am Shanada Harris, your financial specialist, offering solutions to your financial matters. Of a trip from Las Vegas, Nevada, having a business trip with my company, and I am just so excited to be here this afternoon with you guys. Just another episode, right? So today's topic, we're going to talk about how to get motivated to push through some things. How many times have we said we're going to set out to do something and we just don't do it? We just procrastinate. Right? So we want to give you some tips on how to get you jump started and to get you motivated to do some things that we had talked about last year in reference to our vision boards and our finances. So with that being said, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. So I definitely want to give you the opportunity to get some things in order and put some things in perspective. So we're going to start by surrounding yourselves with the people who are going to motivate you and to inspire you and to give you that drive to push forward. So I am very, very excited about some of the things that I've got to share. So today we're going to talk about some self-motivation, right? We have 17 self-motivational techniques that I think would be great to start with. So 1, plan for success. Eliminate negativity. So all those negative Nancys that are hanging around, get rid of them. Eat a better diet. We got to work on our inner temples, you guys. Declutter your life. So if it doesn't fit, it's got to go. Get a little exercise in. Posture. Get you some rest. Your body needs rest to refuel in order to move the way it's supposed to move. Meditate, pray. Get your affirmations together. That self-talk, self-care is so, so important. And most definitely, like I give you every week, motivational quotes. So, here we are. Let's talk about determining your why. Why it is important for us to set some goals and why it's important to stay focused on those goals. We tend to say that, okay, we want to buy a house, we want to buy a car, we want to take a lavish vacation, but we just don't keep our focus on that why. We don't make it plain. So I need you to start identifying your reasons as to why you're doing things. Even as an entrepreneur, you have to have a why for your business. And that why can just be simply just to earn an extra income. It could be your family or just simply just to make some things better in your life. So you definitely want to make it plain. Be visual with it. So we talked about vision boards before. Write it out. Make a plan. And stay firm and be about your business. A lot of times we tend to steer into a different direction. We'll say that this is what we want to do, but we wind up going left versus right. Don't allow the negatives to mess up your vibe. So all those energy zappers of the naysayers of why are you doing this? You can't do that. Get rid of it. Isolate yourself if you need to. And then sometimes you have to sit down with your family and say, look, wife, spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, kids, I need to have 30 days to accomplish whatever the goal is and put a time limit on it so they'll know that, okay, mommy, daddy is busy with working on this. And at the end of those 30 days, there's a reward for everybody. So have that conversation with your family. It's very key in order to get the time that you need to meet your goals. And sometimes your goals, the things that you're working on, might be you have to work some extra hours and put some extra time in to take away from your family. But they just, if you communicate that, that is going to give you the luxury to do what you need to do in the time frame you need to do it in, right? So let's talk about the updates that I've learned while I was away. As I stated before earlier, I've been away at Las Vegas, Nevada at the Financial Education Services 2020 Focus Vision Convention. And I tell you, it was so rewarding to see my colleagues that were rewarded for their work and efforts. And I work for just a generous company that rewards us so graciously and unconditionally. I mean, granted, there are some things and qualifications for some of the rewards that we were granted, but when I say things were just awesome, they were awesome. We had a segment that they called the Money Ball that they gave away $40,000 in cash money just throughout the entire convention. And that was via qualifying certain things that you had to do in order to get qualified for your name to even be in the drawing. Then also, we were able to award our $25,000 scholarship from our Youth Financial Literacy Program. A young lady out of Decatur, Georgia, was awarded the $25,000 top prize for the scholarship for completing an essay out of 1,800 applicants. So in October, I definitely need you to stay connected with me so when that contest wraps up again, if you have a graduating senior in high school or a college freshman, and they get to qualify for that essay contest. And when I tell you it's phenomenal, they gave away over $400,000 in scholarship money. And all they had to do was write an essay. And it wasn't based on GPA, it was based upon their ability to write an essay in response to financial literacy. So I'm excited that we were able to assist another student with their finances, that she doesn't have to take out, her and her family don't have to take out a student loan and go into debt in order for her to further her education beyond high school. So that was totally, totally cool for us to see. So I'm going to share some of the updates with you guys. So how many of you are in need to take action and get your credit repaired so you can buy a home or a car? How many of you know you have a credit score under 700 and need assistance? How many of you don't have the money to get your credit repaired, but you know you need to do something? How many of you know 5 people with less than perfect credit? If you answered me to any of these questions, guess what? I have a solution. And that's what I do. Find solutions to your financial matters, right? So here's some solutions. Refer 5 people to sign up for the services, and yours is free. free. Can you say free? If you like free, then definitely we need to have a conversation. So get excited about free. Let me give you my contact information so you'll have it. So write this down. My phone number is 734-752-8818. My Facebook is Shanada M. Harris, and my Instagram is Shanada. My email is letsfixitwithshanada@gmail.com, and my website is www.shanadaharris.com. My goal is truly to help those who want to be helped. If you're in your sincerest desire, let me help you. We can help each other. Do you realize that a huge impact that we can make on the communities across the country, including the U.S. Virgin Islands, you guys? So this is a huge movement that our company is starting. So there's no other company like this that is helping people. I'm going to place you in a special group that's on Facebook so you'll be able to see other people that are on our products and to hear the success stories that are going on. Can you imagine helping your church congregation, that single parent, that person who's overburdened with student loan debt? The impact that can be made is so tremendous. One of the most important things on earth that we can do is let people know that they're not alone. So if you have less than perfect credit, you're not by yourself, because there's over 65 million people right now in the US that are suffering with less than perfect credit. So if you're with me, definitely contact me today, because I'm ready to get you going. I'm ready to get you started. And guess what? We have the same offer for phone services through our FES cellular services powered by Sprint. And that company now has merged with T-Mobile, who has the largest 5G network in the world. So you refer 5 people and your services are free. Can you stand it? Who wants to eliminate their phone bill? That would be a great bill if you have a large bill. So our services include $49 unlimited talk, text, and data. And you know 5 people that have a cell phone. You can't say you don't, because everybody and their mama have a cell phone, right? So who wants to cut out their bill? If that is you, definitely hit my inbox, hit my phone number today so we could get you going. Then also, we're coming soon. We're going to be able to offer what I would say a la carte services. So you'll be able to get our FES Cellular, FES Travel, FES Healthcare to Go, our MyCare plan, which is our Will Trust Power of Attorney, Credit My Rent, Smart Credit. Those will all be offered in our Protection Care Plus plan. And they will be a la carte, where you can pick and choose the things that you need based upon your needs and get the services that you truly desire to have based upon the needs of your household. So I'm excited about that program to come. Now, this is something really special for those people that just need a credit boost. If you're renting an apartment and you are ready for home ownership, but you're teetering between a 650 and a 700 and you need that boost, our Credit My Rent program is now adding another credit bureau that we report to, which is Equifax. They report to TransUnion. So now they're going to be able to report 2 trade lines for the same price of $795 a month. And you can get up to 2 years of history added to your credit score, which is going to give you a boost in 30 days or less. And I'm really excited about this program, because if you are on the brink or you're just trying to establish credit so that you are saving money on the back end of paying lower interest rates, this program is for you, and it is affordable. So all of our programs are really, really affordable and are designed to assist you with your financial matters. So this is another program that our company has come up with. So I'm going to review our FICO score. This was something that we had talked about on our last episode, but I like to talk about it again because people don't understand what the FICO score or credit score is comprised of. So you've got 35% of your payment history that makes up your credit score. 30% of the amount due is a part of your credit score, and 15% is the length of credit history that you have. 10% is the credit mix, be it installment loans or your credit card accounts. So that's really, really important. And new credit is 10%. So we want to be able to teach you how to maximize your credit score and to get the most out of your credit score. So when it's time for you to qualify for different loans, you are maximizing your savings, because that is our goal, is to help you with solutions. And then I want to give you some tips to help you improve your credit score. So a lot of you had financial goals to um, either buy a car, buy a home, or just become financially stable. So the way that we're going to do that is, one, if you haven't already done so since we last spoke, you want to go to www.annualcreditreport.com and pull that one-time free credit report. That's going to reveal to you what's on your credit report as a whole, and it will determine whether or not you have items in collections. It's going to show you everything. And if you have items that are in collections, then perhaps we definitely need to talk about credit repair, because we need to get those items off so we can help increase your score. And then also, we want to show you how to pay down some of that debt so that it frees up the amount that your score is tallying. Okay. So it's important. And then knowing your credit score. You can also get that from annualcreditreport.com as well. So one thing that I want to let you know is the amount, paying your bill. If you are looking at trying to increase your credit score, the way you pay your bills is going to be key. You can't pay them on that due date that's on the actual bill. You want to kind of like trick the algorithms of the system. So I like to tell people, break that payment into two, but you don't want to pay it on that due date, because that's the actual reporting date to the credit bureaus. And you don't want anything negative or late to go on that credit report, because if it does, it's going to start decreasing your score. If you're going out to purchase a car, just know that if they hit that credit report a few times with the inquiries, every inquiry is going to drop that score lower. And that is not the goal and objective. So that is the reason that it's best to have more than a 650 credit score in order for you to get a decent interest rate on your purchase, right? We want you to not have to turn around and refinance it later once you get your credit score up. We want you to be able to walk into that dealership and put no money down and walk out that dealership with a low interest rate, right? Because the key is saving the money, not necessarily paying out more money than necessary. Then we want to also show you when to apply for credit and when not to. A lot of people think that, okay, I can go out now and I can start applying for credit. Well, every time that you do apply for credit, that does impact your credit score. And It's a hard inquiry, which can give you anywhere from a 10 to 20 point drop every time you hit that credit score with an inquiry for an application for credit. And I'm not trying to steer you away from applying for credit. I'm not trying to do that because it's necessary, but just know that the higher the score, the easier it is for you to attain the credit that you are looking for. So we want to maximize getting your credit score up as much as we potentially can. And then know that if you close out accounts, so a lot of people, they get their tax refunds and then immediately start paying off a whole bunch of bills. Pay down your bills to under 20 to 30%. Keep them in that range, because you don't want to pay them off, because paying them off is going to cut off that history and it's going to cut off that limit. So that's going to drop your score when you pay off that credit. So we don't want to do that, because the object is to get you in the 800 credit score range, or at least the 700 club. So we want you to continue paying the way you should pay on that credit, right? So here's a couple of ways. We've already talked about the Credit My Rent. You definitely want to have a mixture. So between having a charge card and a credit card, and let me explain the difference. A credit card is your Visa, MasterCard, American Express, something that you can charge gas, groceries, and items on. A charge card is basically based upon a store. So like your Lane Bryant's, Home Depot's, Ashley Stewart's, those are charge cards. So you want to have a mixture of those, and then a mixture of loans, of revolving credit, which would be like your car loans and your mortgage payments. So that will keep your financial health, your financial stability healthy, right? We want to make sure that we are maintaining a good and healthy credit report, and that we don't have to continuously go back through the credit cleaning process or repair process, right? And then definitely don't co-sign if you don't have to co-sign for anybody, because in the event that that person reneges and decides not to pay those bills, guess who's held responsible? You are. That's going to be on your credit report as well. And who wants to get stuck with being responsible for somebody else's debt that can potentially prevent you from getting the items that you so deserve, that you might need credit for, right? So let's talk about meeting, and let's get things going. So my consultations are free. So it's free to talk to me. There's no retainer fee. You can meet with me in person, or we can have a phone consultation, whichever you need. But we want to evaluate what's impacting your credit score. Do you have inquiries, judgments, charge-offs, evictions? Do you have late payments, collections, medical bills, student loans, discharge, bankruptcies, repos, foreclosures, short sales? These things all can have a negative effect on your credit. Are you credit visible? Do you have a credit score at all? Because there is part of the population that don't have a credit score. And if that's the case, we can get you established with getting you credit, right? So those are some of the key things that we are looking at. And with our protection plan, you're going to get budgeting tools. We're going to show you how to budget your money, where you can actually save and get the things that you need. We're going to plug in how much money you have coming in for the month, and show you when to pay your bills strategically so it doesn't impact your credit score anymore. And that's really, really important, right? To know how much money you have coming in and know how much you got going out. Credit restoration, we've talked about that. United Credit Services is our 501c3 um, nonprofit that has partnered with us to do the actual credit repair, Credit Builder. We're going to show you how to build your credit for those that need it. And we have a credit attorney on retainer to help assist with those items that are hard to get deleted off of your credit. If you have a bankruptcy that you've gone through and you need to get assistance, because a lot of times with the bankruptcy process, there are human errors that are made because there are actual humans that are going through the paperwork process, and we're finding errors that were made, and you probably have paid out too much. And so you might be owed some money. So the credit attorney is able to uh, get monies back if you're warranted those funds back. Credit monitoring. We're going to monitor your credit. I personally love this feature because the other week, my credit personally was jeopardized where one of my credit cards was compromised. An alert was sent to my phone saying, Ms. Harris, there has been a purchase. Did you make this purchase? If you did not make this purchase, please contact our office. So I had to contact the credit card company because I did not make a certain amount of a purchase. I hadn't purchased anything or used the card in over a month. And had it not been for the credit monitoring service, I wouldn't have never known until I got ready to utilize it. So they thought they were going to get away with a $300 purchase. Credit monitoring was able to stop the purchase from going through. My credit was restored and another credit card was reissued in less than a few days. So I love that feature because I don't want my credit to be jeopardized. I don't need somebody utilizing credit and spending my money and jeopardizing my name unjustly. Most importantly, if anybody gonna use my credit card, it's gonna be me. Debt payoff. We're gonna show you how to pay down your debt. I have a business partner who was able to pay off their car and save some payments. And that's where it's at. That's where you're going to be able to save some good money by using the debt payoff system. How many of you could stand to pay down some of your debt? You've got student loans, or you want to pay off your car early, or you want to pay your mortgage off early so that you can save some money. So they're going to show you how to put a little extra on certain bills and when to do it so it doesn't impact you so heavily and it can free up money in the long run for you. A financial lockbox. Financial lockbox is basically a digital lockbox to lock all your pertinent information. In the event that you pass, you have a person that is the executors or trust of your estate. All your information is in one strategic place for that person. Identity monitoring. You're going to get that. And what that simply does is it monitors your identity and protects you. So in the event that somebody utilizes your social security card number to apply for credit and you didn't apply, you will be alerted that your social security number has been utilized for a transaction or an application. And in the event that you did not make that transaction, you can notify that company and that transaction could potentially be intercepted, which is awesome. We're going to tell you your net worth. You do have a net worth. You will be able to add up your assets and determine your net worth. Just like celebrities have a net worth, so do you. Savings goals. For those of you that are saving to get married or just saving to have an event or something, you're able to plug in the amount that you're trying to save, and it's going to give you a plan of action so that you can take that plan of action to make that savings come to fruition. And then last but not least, one thing that we all need to have in place, and that's a will, trust, power of attorney. Because how many times have you heard of people leaving here and don't have a will, trust, power of attorney? You know, Aretha Franklin's family, they have had to give up over $16 million of her estate money to the state of Michigan because she did not have an active will, trust, power of attorney in place. Later after her passing, a will was found, but there was like several versions of the will. So she's not here to determine that. So the court has to determine that. That's $16 million that the state of Michigan was able to get of her estate that would have been given to the family had the proper documentations been put in place. You need a will and a trust because they go hand in hand. The will is just basically your wishes. The trust is the person to execute your wishes in the will. And you have to have them both to go together. The power of attorney piece is when someone is able to act on your behalf in the event you become incapacitated where you can't do so as such. So let's just say you were in an accident, you were paralyzed. You can't execute your wishes in a paralyzed state. You need someone else to have that type of control. So we're able to put those documentations in a nice binder and notarize them and send them to your home. And that is a great tool to have because, like I said before, so many people leave here and don't have those things in place. And you have people with money that are leaving here and don't have those documentations in place for their family. If you're grieving, who wants to go through that process? I know, truthfully, I don't. I know for my family, we have those documentations in place because it's so key and vital because we have seen other family members perish and those things weren't put into place. So it creates less confusion and less family feuds. All right. Now, I will say this. I am available to come and speak at networking events, your church, organizational meetings, and I encourage small businesses to book me as these are awesome benefits for your employees. The best engagements are large groups because I'm able to share this information to the masses because you don't understand how important this information is for our communities nationwide, not just here in the Detroit metropolitan area, but nationwide, you guys. This is so very important and key that we are getting this information out. So again, to contact me, my number is 734-752-8818. And again, my email is letsfixitwithshanauta@gmail.com. My Facebook is Shanauta M. Harris, and my Instagram is Shanauta. Now, my mission this year is to help 800 people become financially empowered. And I am growing this movement wanting to help serve and help people with their finances so they can purchase homes, cars, and just simply just change the trajectory of their finances as a whole. So I want to be able to assist you. So definitely please reach out to me. Call a friend, tell somebody. Okay? Now, as we begin to transition to close, I have a quote. You have the power to change your life. That's totally up to you to make that decision and stop procrastinating. A lot of people tend to procrastinate when it comes to their finances, and I don't want you to do that. So today, stop making excuses for why you can't get it done and start focusing on the reasons why you must make it happen. This is so very important. And then, last but not least, I want you guys to know that here at Worship Radio International, we have relocated to the Mike Morris Building here in Southfield, Michigan, where we have brand new studio and it is totally fabulous. And I just can't wait for those of you that are interested in joining our family here at Worship Radio International to come and visit us. We would love to have you. And with that being said, until God says the same, thank you so much. And you have an amazing week, and we'll see you next week.
You are listening to Worship Radio International, the world's #1 online Christian radio station. Check out our website at www.worshipradio.faith or follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Worship Radio INT. This is the future.